If you've ever walked away from a conversation thinking, why did I say yes to that? Or why didn't I speak up? Or why do I always end up being the flexible one? This video is for you. Because being nice isn't just a personality trait. It's often a strategy. A way to avoid conflict, keep people comfortable, and stay accepted. The problem is, the same strategy that keeps the peace in the short term can quietly sabotage your career, your relationships, and your self-respect in the long term. So today, we're going to talk about one trait psychologists call agreeableness. What it gives you, what it costs you, and how to build the skill most agreeable people are missing: calm assertiveness. Agreeableness is basically your tendency to prioritize harmony. Highly agreeable people tend to be cooperative, polite, conflict avoidant, tuned into other people's needs. And in many settings, that's a superpower. Agreeable people are often trusted, liked, seen as safe, easy to work with. But when agreeableness becomes extreme, it can create a specific problem. You become better at tracking what other people want than what you want. And that's why many highly agreeable people struggle with clarity. They don't say, I want this. They say, whatever works. Over time, you stop practicing preference, and you start living by accommodation. Here's the paradox. The nicer you are, the more you can lose touch with your own internal signal. Because your mind becomes trained to scan the room. What do they need? How do I keep this smooth? What's the safest thing to say? So you become excellent at emotional forecasting, but weaker at self-advocacy. And in adult life, problems don't disappear just because you avoid them. They often grow quietly until they force a confrontation later. That's why a lot of agreeable people end up in therapy for something very specific. Learning to speak clearly, negotiate on their own behalf, and tolerate the discomfort of disagreement. What many therapists would call assertiveness training. Stop being the nice guy. A useful way to think about this is negotiation. In any repeated situation, work, friendships, relationships, there's a constant negotiation happening. Who gets priority? Who makes the sacrifice? Who gets their needs met first? If you're highly agreeable, you tend to negotiate harder for other people than for yourself. Stop being the nice guy. You split things fairly, even when fair quietly means you lose. Disagreeable people tend to do the opposite. They protect their interests first. That can be dysfunctional if it becomes selfishness, but it does reveal something important. Clarity and assertiveness often look like confidence from the outside. So the goal is not to become harsh. The goal is to become clear. Conflict feels expensive. For agreeable people, disagreement can feel like rejection, loss of connection, danger to the relationship. So you use repair behaviors. Over-explaining, apologizing, giving in, quickly smoothing things over. And you might even call it maturity. But if you never practice conflict, you never develop the skill of handling it. So you stay stuck in a loop. Avoid to accommodate to resentment, to withdraw, to repeat. A more mature version of agreeableness is not be nicer, it's be honest, calmly. A simple rule: if you can't say no, your yes isn't meaningful. Healthy agreeableness is kind, but not compliant, respectful, but not self-erasing, cooperative, but not silent. And that means developing a skill that feels unnatural at first. Controlled disagreeableness, the ability to state what you want without aggression. Here are 4 skills that change everything. 1. Preference practice, get your wants back. Once a day, force a preference. I'd rather do Friday than Saturday. I want Thai, not pizza. I'm not up for that. Small preferences rebuild self-clarity. 2. One-sentence boundaries. Replace long explanations with one sentence. I can't commit to that. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. No essay, no defense. 3. The pause, don't answer under pressure. When you're put on the spot, let me think about it and get back to you. That one line stops automatic compliance. 4. Negotiation on your own behalf. If something matters, say it plainly. Here's what I need. Here's what I can offer. Here's what doesn't work. This is what assertiveness actually is. Clear terms, calm tone. One risk is overcorrecting. Some people discover boundaries and go from people-pleasing to hostile. But personality traits are best understood as a spectrum, and the real advantage comes from building flexibility, being able to be cooperative when it helps, and firm when it's necessary. Stop being the nice guy. Life rarely rewards rigid extremes. It rewards adaptable people. So the goal isn't to become someone you're not, it's to extend your range. This shows up in relationships too. When temperaments are extremely mismatched, you can end up in permanent misunderstanding. One person sees directness as aggression, the other sees politeness as dishonesty. Understanding your own temperament helps you choose relationships and communication styles that don't constantly punish your nature. If you're highly agreeable, your mission isn't to become colder. It's to become clearer. For the next 7 days, try this. Say one honest preference per day. Use one-sentence boundary. Pause before answering requests. You'll feel discomfort, and that discomfort is the skill being built. Because the goal isn't to win conflicts. It's to stop losing yourself in order to avoid them.